In a nutshell, you have to love the creative process because it's the anchor that keeps us going. Otherwise, the numbers, the financials, and analytics will ruin you. I'm LLB, and today I'm going to take a dive into the murky waters of music production. Just sit tight because we're about to explore a topic that most producers shy away from, the dark side of beat making. Now, let me tell you, my journey through the realms of music production since I started back in 2017 have been nothing short of a roller coaster ride. I've hit some insane highs one moment, only to plunge into the depths of despair in the next moment. I've been in and currently feel like I still am in the trenches, crafting content for social media, dropping beat cook-up videos consistently, dropping kits that resonate with the producer community, all in the pursuit of serving and just adding value. But back in 2023, I took a sharp turn into uncharted territory. I'm talking about diving headfirst into the industry side of music. I got myself a manager, started running sessions week in, week out, and let me tell you, it was a hustle like anything I've ever done before. Yeah, I was on that placement grind pretty much 24/7, hustling for any opportunity that I could get my hands on. Yeah, it was a wild ride, man, filled with highs, filled with lows, and everything in between. But you know what? I wouldn't really trade it for anything. The point being that while beat making, chasing placements, creating content is undoubtedly an exhilarating creative journey, it's definitely not without its challenges. So let's explore some of the shadows that lurk behind the scenes, because I can pretty much guarantee that any producers watching this video can attest to the points I'm about to cover. First one is isolation, an endless amount of hours spent in the studio making beats. Yeah, it's kind of a lonely road to mastery. Isolation is definitely a word that strikes a chord with most producers who are trying to perfect their craft. Imagine spending countless hours every day on your own in front of your laptop, immersed in an endless process of trying to create music that both satisfies you and your musical tastes and the masses. It's a journey that a lot of people embark upon, but few truly understand, because beat makers often find themselves on this lonely road to mastery. Yeah, sometimes the confinement of a studio becomes both a sanctuary and kind of a prison, as hours turn into days, days turn into weeks, etc. And over time, especially if you're trying to pursue a full-time career in music, comes a sense of detachment from reality. Friends and family kind of fade into the background as you delve deeper into your craft, leaving behind a trail of misconnections and neglected relationships. Yeah, this point hits home hard for me because I'd find myself always trying to pull away from social situations, from family occasions, just so I can go back and learn how to sell beats, how to further my career, chasing placements, sending emails, just trying to better myself as a producer. Yeah, the amount of times I've done that was endless. And whilst it's kind of productive in terms of your career to do all this stuff, that in itself has damaged and sometimes completely destroyed relationships, friendships, and some connections with family. So the next time you find yourself lost in the solitude of your studio, just remember that whilst the road might be quite lonely, it also gives you an opportunity to create a whole different life for yourself. Embrace the isolation. Promise you it'll be worth it in the long run. But also create that mental prompt to keep the most important people to you close. Okay, the next point in this is pressure to perform. Yeah, it's that silent shadow that looms over every beat maker's shoulder. The line between passion and suffocation can become blurred over time, leading many, including myself, down a path of stress and even burnout. Yeah, going back to 2023 when I was running all those sessions, I found myself in this exact situation. I had my own situation, my own business to take care of, including managing the website, creating consistent content for you guys, creating and putting out kits, answering emails, tax, etc, etc. But at the same time, I was going pretty hard chasing placements. My manager was getting me in 2, 3, sometimes even 4 studio sessions a week that lasted anywhere between 5 to 8 hours, sometimes more. And all of these were taking place in studios that were at least a 4-hour journey away from where I am right now. To add all of those things together, and that's a whole bunch more time that I have to spend doing things, which meant lack of sleep, lack of downtime, lack of social interaction, and overall just increased feelings of anxiety and honestly just feeling burnt out. The constant demand for excellence can be suffocating as us beat makers try to navigate through the competitive landscape of the music industry, whether it's trying to meet a client's expectations, whether it's consistently putting out content that's unique and helps you stand out, getting placements, or simply just trying to outdo yourself on a daily basis. The pressure to perform weighs heavy on the shoulders of us that have the courage to create. But as the pressure mounts, so too does the risk of burnout. Those long hours in the studio can take its toll on your mental and physical well-being, which means that as exhaustion sets in, the creativity just kind of fades away. It's key to find that balance, knowing when to push hard, when to push forward, and when to kind of take a step back and, reevaluate a situation. All of that in order to preserve that creative passion and hopefully your sanity as well. So the next time you feel the weight of the world bearing down on your shoulders, just remember that you're not alone. Embrace that pressure, but also learning yourself where to draw that line between working hard, going hard, and just straight working yourself into the ground. The next point, which is probably the same across anyone in the creative genre, and that is financial insecurity. It's the harsh reality that pretty much all aspiring beat makers face when they're trying to turn their passion into profit. In a world where success is measured by streams and sales, the path to financial stability can often feel like an uphill battle. Yeah, for many of us, the dream of making a living from music is vastly overshadowed by the harsh reality of financial instability. From investing in equipment, software, the cost of studio time and production, the expenses add up pretty quickly, leaving little room for profit. Let me just run through this list that I personally have in order to maintain everything I've got going on now, both from the business side, from the producing side, and just from, personal perspective. So we got email marketing, automation tools like ManyChat, plugin memberships, research tools like TubeBuddy, website hosting services like Shopify and GoDaddy, apps for Shopify like GemPages, studio time, buying and maintaining a car, fuel for travel, food and drink, rent, utility bills like electricity, gas, water, internet, phone bills, council tax, my annual tax for the business. Honestly, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more than that, but there's just some off the top of my head. But yeah, even for those that manage to make a name for themselves in the industry, the journey to financial security is far from guaranteed. Fluctuating income streams, the economy, unpredictable market trends all contribute to the precarious nature of the beat making industry. Just going back to 2023 when I started to run more sessions and try and aim for more placements, I ran through the exact same thing, had a really bumpy year financially. I kind of anticipated it because I knew I was going to have less time to take care of the business side of things, less time to create content for YouTube, which meant less of a viewership going towards my own products. That on top of having to pay for travel, food, drink, places to stay when I had sessions over a few days, all accumulated and honestly added a lot of stress, quite a lot of strain on the business, and honestly made it kind of hard to keep creating content and funding all of these big projects that I've got coming for YouTube and anything that I've got for you guys as producers. But yeah, like the previous points in this video, there is hope, because if you just stick at it, it could take 1 year, it might take 10 years. Exercising true resilience will get you where you want to be. From seeking out alternative revenue streams, whether it be selling kits, courses, services, selling beats, selling samples, anything, to mastering the art of self-promotion. Yeah, us beat makers, again, if you just stick to it, will keep finding new ways to navigate the turbulent waters of financial insecurity as a producer. So the next time you find yourself doubting your worth as a beat maker, just remember you're not alone. Embrace the struggle, because within that lies the opportunity to grow, to learn, to evolve, and ultimately achieve financial success on your own terms. Emphasis on own terms, because it can be very easy to get led down the wrong path just because of the money. Stick to your guns and always have in the front of your mind where and how you want to make your money. Next point is criticism and rejection. Two words that strike fear into even the most seasoned beat makers. In an industry where success is often measured by public opinion, facing criticism and rejection is an inevitable part of the journey. Just know that not everyone is going to appreciate your work, whether it's a harsh critique from a fellow producer, a harsh comment in passing from a friend or family member who doesn't even make music, or simply indifference from the masses. The sting of rejection still cuts deep. I've had my fair share of videos that have generated, somewhat of a viewership from the producer community, and without fail, there's always a percentage of that viewership that has something negative to say about your work, and they will definitely let you know about it in your DMs and in your comments. But the key to dealing with this is actually to think of this as a positive thing. People are watching you. People have an opinion of you, which means that the things you're doing right now is reaching people. And for the most part, those people are reacting positively. One thing that I've learned over the years is that the people with the negative comments are normally the ones that speak the loudest, which is good news for you, because the vast majority of people that consume your content or listen to your music actually do mess with you. So keep going. And while the road may be paved with rejection, it's also lined with moments of triumph. From the first time you land a collab with that producer you've always wanted to work with, to hearing your song played on the radio, to landing that placement with that major artist that you've always wanted to work with. And yeah, just the validation of knowing that the music you've put out has actually touched someone's life. So the next time you find yourself facing criticism or rejection, just remember that once again, you're not alone. Embrace all of that feedback, because within that lies the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to ultimately become the best beat maker that you can be. Running back to the start of this video, you have to love the creative process. You'll be lonely along the way, just embrace it. There will be pressure, just embrace it. There will be rejection, embrace that. There will be financial challenge, it's hard, but learn to embrace that. And there will be criticism, just embrace it. But I hope this video helps to highlight to at least one of you guys watching that we all face the dark side of beat making. It's just up to us to keep moving forward through it, to really fall in love with that creative process, and to always keep the music at the forefront of everything. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you did, and that's all from me. Peace.